Welcome to today's lesson on the distributive property. Yikes, that's a really large word. Well, what you need to know about the distributive property is that it's all about balance. It's like this great balancing act for math. Here, let me show you. If we have the equation 2 plus 4 equals 6. On the right hand of the equation, we have a value of 6. On the left hand of the equation, we have 2 plus 4, which has a value of 6. So we have a balancing act. We have a value of 6 on the right, a value of 6 on the left, and that's why we have an equal sign, to show that they are equal amounts. So when you're working with the distributive property, you need to remember that it's all about balance. Here, let me show you an example. If we multiply 4 times 7, and we say that that is equal to 4 times 3 plus 4 times 4. That is a really long list of numbers, but let me show you how they balance out. 4 times 7 has a value of 28. 4 times 3 equals 12 plus 4 times 4 equals 16. If we add 12 plus 16, we get an answer of 28. So even though this equation looks very different from the equation above, it still has a balanced amount. We still have 28 on this side and 28 on that side. We just wrote it differently, and that's what the distributive property is all about. The distributive property takes numbers and breaks them apart into smaller pieces. So let's go over another example and practice together. If we have 7 times 38 equals 7 times 24 plus 7 times blank. What we're going to be doing, we're going to try to find what number is going to fill into this spot right here. And so what the distributive property did is it took the number 38 and it's breaking it into two different parts. So we're just breaking apart this equation. We're not going to be changing it. So we already know that we have 7 that's going to stay the same. We have 24 plus what is going to equal 38? Well, 24 plus 14 equals 38. So we know that our missing number was 14. So all we did was take the number 38 and we broke it apart into 24 and 14. Let's practice another one together because this can get a little bit confusing. 11 times what equals 11 times 4 plus 11 times 16. All right, so we know that 11 is staying the same. We're not breaking apart 11, we're breaking apart this number right here. So we broke apart this number into 4 plus 16. So 4 plus 16 equals 20. So 20 is that number that we were breaking apart. I'm going to give you two problems that I want you to try to practice on your own. This would be a great time to pause your screen and then play it once you're ready to check your work. Do you think you can fill in the blanks for these two problems? All right, we have 3 times blank equals 3 times 1 plus 3 times 22. And your second problem, 27 times 35 equals 27 times 32 plus 27 times blank. All right, let's go ahead and solve. We know that 3 is staying the same, so we're going to find which number is supposed to fill in this blank. So we need 1 plus 22. 22 plus 1 equals 23. So 23 is the number that we broke apart. Pretty simple once you've practiced a couple of times. Let's go over our next one. 27 is staying the same, so that's not the number we're breaking apart. We're going to break apart 35. So we've broken apart 35 into 32 plus blank. 32 plus 3 equals 35. And there we go. You have now just solved two examples using the distributive property. Let's review what you've learned in today's lesson. Remember, the distributive property is just taking a number and breaking it apart into two steps. And remember, it's all about balancing. You need to make sure that you balance the left and the right side of the equation. So let's go ahead and solve. We know that 13 is staying the same in this equation, which means we're breaking up the number 12. So we've broken up 12 into 5 plus what? Well, 5 plus 7 equals 12. So we have now completed our equation. Great work!